If you have not got this set, you should try a little harder. The comprehension is very easy. None of the clues is difficult to understand. The setup is easy. There are only 4 neighborhoods, and over 5 days we are recording the number of new cases, and they can only be 0, 1, 2, 3. So the way to represent the data is simple. One of the row and column headers will be the name of the neighborhoods, the other will be the days 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inputs in the cell will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the sum totals of row and column would be what the clue is all about, right? So you should have got that, students. Yeah, let's see, LTPK. So I'll go ahead with LTPK. Just be very alert to everything, and obviously the total also I will keep a tab on. I'm pretty sure there would be some clues about it, otherwise also I would have noticed it. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 days. Okay, so this is the framework. Now the entries can only be 0, 1, 2 or 3. So let's start. There's at least one new case in every neighborhood on day 1. So right on day 1, at least one is there. So I get a minimum of 4 over here. Okay, so think always of what it could be, minimum of 4. Now, on each of the 5 days, so each 1, 2, 3, 4, there were more cases in K than in P. So K is more than P. You could put a P is less than K kind of a thing, or just these are very initial clues. Now you don't forget them very easily, or make a note marking. So K is always more than P. Also, that 1 that I had taken for K is not possible. There is a 2. So you could even start making this is greater than equal to 1, greater than equal to 1, but that would make it very messy, right? So right now just keep these things in mind. This has to be a 2. 1, 1, 1, 2 is the least that we have. Okay. Okay. So far so good, yes. Now the number of new cases in the city kept increasing during the 5-day period. So we are talking about this is an increasing order. It's continuously increasing. So if this was 5, if the minimum, then this has to be minimum 6, minimum 7, minimum 8, minimum 9. So how do you total? 9 and 5 is 14. This will be 14 and this will be half of that, 7. 14, 28 and 7, 35. The minimum has to be 35, the sum of it. Okay, so 35. And these all thoughts come very naturally to a puzzle solver, students. This is minimum, maximum, limit kind and so on. Yeah, and if you haven't got it, I think one of the place could be this idea of minimum, maximum. As soon as you find something new, stop the video and try to continue it on your own later on. Okay, now the number of new cases, yeah, the number of case on day 3 was exactly 1 more than day 2. This is just exactly 1 more. The others could jump by more than 1 also. They can't be the same, but this is jumping by only 1. Okay. The maximum number of new cases in a day in P was 2. So in P, the maximum was 2. So there are a couple of things here, student. The maximum is 2. So you can't use a 3 for this row. So that's 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 5 2s are 10 can be the maximum in this. But if you read ahead, it says, and this happened only once during this. So there's 1, 2, and the rest are either going to be ones or zeros. Okay, so I can't use that. I just said 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 10. It cannot be that. It can be 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. So again, the maximum sum is going to be 6 in this column, right? So many thoughts should come. You should try to find the complete, let's say, follow up of what is the given condition. What will it lead on to? Okay, okay. So next done. So 2, 1, 1, 1, K. That is, this is the only place. Now you can't miss out words like this to have 3 cases on day 2. Day 2 K 3. So finally 1 absolute number. And this only means there's no other 3 here. Now I would tend to forget it, so I'm marking it. As you read more and more clues, you might miss out. Anyways, this cannot be a 3. Keep repeating to yourself. This can only be a 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 or a 0. 0, 0, 0. Okay. So that could be. So this row has a point where I can attack, P is a place where I can attack, okay, and this 1 year. Now the total number of new cases in LTPK over the 5-year period, oh, this total is given directly to me. So this is 12, 12, this is 5. Now if you were fast over here, even before you go and write this, here you know what is the meaning of this. Had this been 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, it would have been 6, but it's only 5. So the only way this column can be is 2, 1, 1, 1 and a 0. You can't reuse a 2. Okay, and you want 3 more cases. You can only get them through 1, 1, 1. You can't have one more 1 or else it would have become a 6. So this is the only case here. And 14. So couple of things. Now there are a lot of things that are crowding in my mind. One, the sum of this is known now. What I was thinking of minimum maximum, this is 24, 29, 39, 43. Now 43 is far away from the minimum that I was talking of 35. It's decently far away. 8 increases quite a bit. How could you give that 8 increase? You could increase this by 1. Everything will increase by 1, 1, 1. That's an increase of 5. Anyways, but then I got this total 43. Okay, and one idea has come to me that this is a little on the higher side. So I'll start thinking of the maximum. Also, something which is very less helps me. Something which is very high also helps me. Why I'm saying this is very high? The maximum that a column can have is 3 5s are 15. This is almost next to 15. The same way as this was next to 6. So this 14 is also only going to come about by 4 3s and a 2. So this column also I know there's 4 3s and a 2. Okay, so that's right. So now I would get a little stuck. And if you get stuck, I can understand it, but then this is one breakthrough and it's an amazing learning point, students. The minimum, I'll build up it, the minimum a year is going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and the summation of this is 35, which is decently far away from 43. So I'll try to find the maximum. And for maximum, just like I started from the minimum row, I'll start from this row. What is the maximum that I can get here? A 3, another 3. This can't be a 3, students. The maximum I can get is just a 2. Give me a minute, students. So that's, we were at 3 and 3, 6. And this is going to be a 2, 8, 8 and 3, 11. That's the maximum. So the maximum is 11 and now because there is an increasing order, this way there has to be a reducing order. So these are your maximum that it could be. So the range is not very large for each row, okay? And if I sum this up, I get 8, 11 and 7 is 18, 18 and 18 is 36, 36 and 9 is 45. Oh, now compare the 45 to 43. Oh, you're very close. You need 2 less. And now start looking, students, see how it works. Ideally, you should try it out here yourself now. If you reduce this by 1, then everything has to be reduced by 1. So that would decrease by 5. I can only afford a decrease of 2. That means this has to be 11. There's no other way. Try to take a 10 and try. You'll never be able to get a sum of 43. The sum will immediately become 40. It will reduce 1. All of them will reduce by 1. So the sum will reduce by 5. It will become 40. And if this is 11, I know this is 3, 3, 2 and 3. See how quickly everything will fall down. If you reduce this to 9, then this has to be reduced, this has to be reduced, this has to be reduced. That's a decrease of 4. You cannot afford a decrease of 4. This also has to be a 10. Okay, now 10 is not as close to the maximum 12, so there could be a little more choices. But then, okay, I'll try. So can I do it without a 0? Think about it. Can I do it without a 0? If I put a 0 here, 3 of them should add up to 10. One of them has to necessarily be more than 3. 3, 3, 3 is only 9. So the only way this can be a 10, I can't put here anything other than a 0 and a 1. 0 won't work. So 1 and then this has to be 3, 3, 3. So see how easy it comes up. If you reduce this 9 by a 1, then this has to be reduced, this has to be reduced. The decrease will be 3. I cannot have a decrease of 3. So this also has to be 9. Okay, and if this has to be 9, this has to be 8. This clue came into our help. Oh, so then what? Where can I reduce the 2? That can only be reduced over here, which is a 5. 7 will become a 5. And if this is a 5, I know how we can get. That's the minimum. The minimum was when I get a 1, 1, 1 and a 2. So very easy, students. Yeah, so let's finish it off. So 8 and this. So again, there's a 8 and 3. So these three have to be 5. If I put a 0 here, I need more than 2.5. I cannot have a 3. So I can't put a 0. So this will be 1. This has to be the 0. If this is 0, the only way to make a 9 is 3, 3 and 3. This column is done. 3 and 1, 4. 4 left. I cannot have a 3. So 2 and 2. Whole set gets filled up very easily, students, right? Let's answer the questions. What best can be concluded about total number of new cases on day 2? Day 2, total 8. Exactly. Exactly. What best can we conclude about number of new cases in L on day 3? L, day 3, L, day 3, 3 cases. Exactly 3. On which days did P did not have any new case? P was 0 on which day? Day 3. Only day 3. Okay. Which of the two statements below are necessarily false? There were 2 new cases on T on day 3. No new cases on day 2. We just answered that. No? That was day 3. So we know this is false. Okay. So that has to be false. So statement B has to be false. So this is not my answer, this is not my answer. Let's say 2 new cases of T on day 3. T, day 3, 2. T, day 3, 2. No, so there are 3 cases. So that is also false. So both the statements are false. Both A and B are false. On how many days did L and T have the same number of new cases? L and T. L and T, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, and all the 5 days. So I should have an option like this. Yes. So did not become a tough set.